locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. I'm locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, I'm all yours. Locked in, going all out, no fear, no doubt. My God, my choice, your will, your will, your will. Locked in my decision to have a collision with my purpose. It is my assignment to be in alignment with my purpose. Have a collision with purpose, 'cause you know that you're worth it, and your dream is worth capturing. If I'm not living on purpose, then none of it is worth it. My assignment is uplifting souls for the King, souls for the King, souls for the King.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to In the Spotlight, the home of unfiltered conversation. This is where we talk is what we do. I am none other than Donna Thompson.
I am Dr. Laxley Stephenson, and tonight we have with us on screen Miss Erica Langley. Hello,
Good
Erica.
evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Wow. So good to see you again so soon.
Yes, so soon. Yes, yes. But it's good. It's great conversation.
Great conversation. And so we're happy to have you back on In the Spotlight. And as Donna said, the home of unfiltered conversation where real talk is what we do. And tonight we have a packed show. We have a good show. We're going to be talking about a collision with purpose business. We have so much going on. So, Donna, how are you doing?
I am great. It's Monday. The weekend flew by.
It sure did.
Hold up, did you say it was Monday?
Mm-hmm. It is
It
Monday.
is Monday. It is Monday.
It is Monday.
Monday, right?
You know what I know is that we're having the show, but it's actually Monday.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
Wow.
How was
Amazing.
your weekend?
Say it again.
How was your weekend?
It was very fast moving, quick, but it was a great weekend, right? And you know, last time we met on here in this show, we talk about time is moving fast, but why is time moving so fast? Because we have so much we're doing.
Yeah.
You know, we're accountable for our time and we're making good use of it. So that time is moving fast is a good thing. It means that we're not wasting time. We're making every second, every minute count for something.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah, it sure is.
That's what it's all about. And with time, all kind of things are happening. Great things are happening, challenging things are happening, and all kinds of stuff. But at the end of it all, we must rise, right?
Mm-hmm.
We must be resilient, we must stand up, and we got to do what we got to do.
Life is happening.
Gotta keep working.
Absolutely. So we want to welcome our guests, you know, those out there who are joining us now, who will be joining us later. We just want to welcome them to the show, to In the Spotlight. You know, we ask that you share the stream, share the live, and just, you know, become engaged, be a part of the conversation. If you have questions, feel free to type them in the chat, and we'll be more than happy to answer them the best way we can.
Yes.
So, Erica, what's
Yes.
going on with you? Talk to us. What's going on with you?
Well, this weekend it flew by really quickly, but it was restful. I was able to sit down and just relax just for a little bit. It was restful, but yeah, just still here doing the work, getting the word out, and looking forward to working with you both.
Wow.
You know, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Trying every day to help people as best as I can.
And you know, there's some real needs out there right now with that thing they call burial.
Yeah, there is.
It left some serious devastation, you know, and it's bad. I see we have someone backstage. Is that Dr. Cecelia? Let's bring her on the stage.
All right, let me.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Wow. You know, I just realized it. I'm the only dude in here again.
Yes.
It's like Thursday, right?
And you're the only one not wearing glasses.
Yes.
That's an easy fix. I wish I could fix everything that is off that easily. Just like that, right?
We all match now.
That's an easy fix. Well, you know, that's interesting, right? I find that as I add on the ears, well, I don't need the glasses as much to see things close up. I can actually read without them. And that's why you'll notice I'm wearing them less and less when I'm on a platform like this or when I'm reading. I find that I only need them when I'm driving now. And there was a time when I couldn't see anything.
Wow.
That's great.
It's interesting, right? So you don't mind if I take them off, right?
Oh, not at
It's
all.
up to you.
Okay, they're gone. They're out of here. Cecelia, how are you, Dr. Cecelia?
I am awesome. How is everyone doing?
Great.
Good. I'm happy to be on with you tonight.
Yeah, we're happy to have you on. Now we have a big night tonight. We're talking about a collision with purpose stuff, and of course, we're going to make a major announcement tonight. You're going to make a major announcement tonight. Something big is happening.
Yes.
It's about to go down, right, Donna?
It's about to go down.
So big stuff, big things are coming. You know, big things on the way. And you know why it's big? Because it's going to provide so much support.
Yeah.
For those who need it, right?
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
It's a big deal. So where do we start tonight, Donna?
Let's see. You choose.
Okay.
You have
Okay. All right. I'm going to start with Daily Insights Unveiled. It's up for pre-order, and I'm going to post the link before we even play the little video. I'm going to post the link in the chat, and you know this awesome piece of work here is ready for pre-order, and I'm trying to multitask here as I'm talking. I'm producing as well, so that can be interesting, right? So you can see if you want to pre-order the book, go there and pre-order it right there. The link, put it up here. And I promise you, this is a book where you can turn to any page and you'll find something of value, something that will make a difference in your life. So it's highly recommended. And I'm going to play a quick video, and just stand by. We'll all be on screen while I'm doing it.
Wake up to the morning, fresh page, fresh sight, cup of wisdom in hand, sparking that light. Dr. Laxley, our guide, with tales to tell, unearthing secrets where the truths dwell. Daily insights with Dr. Stephenson's gaze, navigating the depths of wisdom's maze. Knowledge unfolds in its embrace, we stay with Dr. Laxley leading the way. to treasure at every turn. Dr. Stephenson's voice, calm and profound, where questions meet answers, insights are found. Daily insights with Dr. Stephenson's gaze, navigating the depths of wisdom's maze. Knowledge unfolds in its embrace, we stay with Dr. Laxley leading the way. So raise a toast to those who inspire. With Dr. Laxley we never.
Right. So raise a toast to those who inspire.
Mhm.
That's what it's all about, right? Daily insights. And as I said, a powerful book. You know, whether you're seeking clarity in your relationships, in your spiritual path, you know, this Odyssey, each Odyssey in the series serves as a gentle but yet powerful guide. And this book is written with the belief that every individual, each of us, can uncover our unique calling. You know, this book encourages you to explore the depth of your being, engage with life's challenging questions, and cultivate a life rich with intention and meaning. So, you know, lots of thought-provoking conversations, questions or acts, and motivational quotes, personal anecdotes, and reflective prompts. You know, so much of me and so much of you is in this book. If any page you turn to, I guarantee you're going to find something. You may even find your name in there. Don't be surprised if your name pop up in this book, because quite often with daily insights, it comes to me through a conversation. It's inspired because of a conversation I'm having with a friend. So I would not be surprised if your name is in there in a positive way, of course, in a way that, you know, is inspirational and so forth. So that is Daily Insights Unveiled. I encourage you to go out and pre-order the book. This book will be available in December. So now is a great time, a good time to pre-order it. And I promise you, just open the book, flip it open, and you'll find something in there for you. It's that powerful. We talk about forgiveness. We talk about hope. We talk about positivity. We talk about integrity and all that good stuff. All things that we need to embrace and you know, integrate into who we are. All right. So that is that one. So I think this is a great time for Dr. Cecelia to talk about our new initiative, something that we are promoting and supporting here at A Collision with Purpose, because it's a big deal. It's all about purpose. So I'm going to play a video before Dr. Cecelia talk about this new powerful program.
Hey, parents. How are you all doing today? Hey, I'm Dr. Cecelia Lynch-Mitchell, pediatric occupational therapist, founder and CEO of
What's going on here?
Shall I start her again?
Technical difficulties trying to play that video, but it's all good. It's all good. So I'll just say it. Dr. Cecelia Lynch. I am a pediatric occupational therapist. I work in the school system as well as I have a private clinic. So I work with children with disabilities and I support their families to ensure their development from birth through age 22. However, my strong focus is school age. So from kindergarten to graduating high school. When the pandemic happened and we all had to go virtual and we were not able to see kids in clinics, it actually opened my eyes to realize that so many children were in need of getting continued services. So after pandemic is over and I resumed working back in the school and resumed seeing patients in the clinic, I realized that a lot of times parents were having difficulties either getting their kids to the clinic, or they were having difficulties getting the services, the therapies that they need while in school. So to bridge that gap and to serve more families and make therapy more accessible to families, I devised School Life Ready as a program. And this program is a service for children with disabilities and their parents. And what we do is we have a team of professionals, psychologists, occupational therapists, speech therapists, behavioral interventionists, and reading specialists and physical therapists. We have this team because typically these are the services that children who have learning challenges and or disabilities, these are typically the services that they need. So we as a team, we came together and we now offer these services via teletherapy, wherein it's more of a consultative model, wherein we are helping to support these parents, helping them to do these therapeutic activities, be hands-on with their children, know exactly what's going on with their children, see how their children are performing as it pertains to the skills that are needed for school and the skills that they need in life as a whole. So with this service, what we're trying to do is to ensure that regardless of cost or location, if a child needs therapies, we have professionals who can support them. So what it would entail would be parents would need to sign up, and we would do an assessment, initial assessment, to see what are the needs that the child is having. And then we would make a plan and tailor it to the needs that the parents want to target. And as well, if the child has an individualized educational plan, an IEP, if the child has an IEP, we'll also work on those goals that are in the IEP. So we're serving as more than just direct therapies for the child. We're working as consult for the parents, as a resource for the parents, helping that parent with this IEP process, which a lot of parents, they know their child has an IEP, but exactly what's in that IEP, how that IEP is supposed to be delivered, they are not aware. So School Life Ready program is there to help the parents navigate the IEP process, navigate the special education process as it pertains to their child. Because when it comes to special education, it's the reason that we have an individualized educational plan, because it's supposed to be per student. The needs of the student is supposed to be attended to. However, if you don't have a support system like what I'm going to be offering, a lot of time the parents they're lost in the process, and the child does not even get what's written on that IEP that they're supposed to get. So our service is a comprehensive service where we're dealing with direct individual therapy in the areas that I first mentioned, as well as being a consultant and a resource for the families to really look at the child holistically, looking at everything as it pertains to the child's education and their overall development. So this program will be coming online starting, it is designed to coincide with the school year. So this program will start in August, and we designed it per semester. So we'll have 18 weeks of services to be provided in the initial service. We did it in such a way wherein we can ensure that the child is getting the support as needed. So we're not trying to bombard anyone. We're there to work with the family and the child at the pace at which that individual child and family is. So we'll be starting out in August. We'll be running through December 14th, and we will be having a webinar July 30th. And Laxley, I don't know if you can provide the website later, and I'll give more details as to how people can learn more about the program, can register for the webinar. The webinar will be great for anyone who is interested to attend, because we will be having an open question and answer session at the end of the webinar to provide all the information that parents would need to make a decision if this is something they want to be a part of. If they think they could benefit from our services, I would really, really like everyone. And if you know somebody who you might not have a child with a disability, you might not have a child who has an IEP, you might not have a child who has learning challenges, but you might know somebody who does. So go ahead and provide that individual with the information, because the more we spread the word, the better it will be for everyone, because this is a service that is so desperately needed. It's like I have seen so much gains when we work with children holistically, instead of, you have the child going over here to speech therapy, going over there to occupational therapy, going over there to behavioral interventionist, but there's no collaboration between the providers. With our program, there's collaboration with the providers. We work with the child and the family as a team. We know what's going on as it pertains to that child and their family. So I am really, really excited about this. As I said, the idea came to me since COVID came, and when kids came back to school, we're seeing that so many people had missed out due to different factors. Well, one, not being in school, two, not being able to travel to their therapists, and three, not having that open communication between teachers and providers. So I developed this program, and we have piloted this program before. So it's not like just off the just all totally brand new. I did a pilot group actually last year, and it was a very, very successful program. Everyone who started is still in. So I know this program does work, and I know that whoever signs up will be grateful that they did.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. How powerful, how important is that? School life ready. And Erica, I want you to jump in here. Dr. Cecelia described the program. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's a very good program. I'd worked with pediatrics, I think about 8 years. I worked in a pediatric practice. And what she said about having the collaboration of all the specialties for the betterment of the child is so important, because things can be lost. They get one therapy and then they miss the other therapy. And you don't have people talking to each other. And when you don't have providers talking to each other, then the child suffers, because not everything comes together, for the good of the child. So I really like that the program that she's putting forward has all of those components together, which is going to help the child in the long run to reach the goal that you want them to excel at everything despite their disability. So I was really glad to hear that.
Wow. And I should say that by Monday, we will have a link out where if you're interested, we'll pass the link, we'll share the link for you to register for the webinar.
Okay, good.
We want full participation for the webinar. There will be, we want full participation. This is how important this is.
Yes.
Many of us have children. And if you don't have any children, you know someone. for the child
Yes. Mhm.
that need this service that Dr. Cecelia is providing.
Yeah.
What about the name School Life Ready?
Mhm.
Appropriate.
Website is schoollifeready.com. You can go there and see more about us and what we do. So that's schoollifeready.com.
.com. Mhm.
We'll place that in the chat as well. We'll place it in the chat, schoollifeready.com. And that's the website. And we just, this is so important that I'm going to pick, here we go. Oh, schoollifeready.com. Get on there, check out the website, check out the work that Dr. Cecelia is doing. Dr. Cecelia, she's been in this business now for some time. She's been doing this work and she's taking it to another level, whole different level. So Donna, I want you to jump in here. You know, you've been listening to Dr. Cecelia talk about her program. I just want you to jump in here.
Oh, wow. I am very happy that you're doing this, I must say. And you know, I'm happy that you saw the need for a service that's needed, right? And you know, I can probably speak a lot about it because my son has had an IEP since he was 3. So I live that life every day, and I know exactly how challenging it can be to navigate through that IEP process. It's a lot of information, and if you're not um, you know, very in tune with your children and what services they need, right? Just like what you're saying, Dr. Cecelia, they can get so lost in what is happening, and even, you know, when you have certain services on the IEP, it doesn't necessarily mean that a child is really always getting that in school. And so I really commend you because this is something that I know a lot of families, they definitely need help. They need help to navigate that entire IEP process because it is a lot and it can be very overwhelming and frustrating because it's just not an easy process. So definitely commend you. You know, you have my 500% support.
You know, I'll be tapping you for your guidance and everything too, because I know that you have lived this. And when you have parents who have been through it, they're some of the best advocates for other parents. And I'm really looking for people to advocate for each other. You know, like when I don't have my child never had an IEP, but I've been doing this work for so long, and I can tell you that a lot of my therapies that I provide, it's really helping these parents to be able to help their children be the best they can be. It's not so much about giving that direct intervention to the child as much as it is helping the parents, because the parents, when they are empowered, they are best able to do right by their child. And for most parents, what we want is to know that we gave our child everything that we had to give them. We don't ever want to leave anything on the table where we go, oh, maybe we should have done this. Or, you know, we don't want to look back on things when it comes to our child. We want to know at the end of the day, we gave it our all. We did it. We did everything we thought was the best thing for our child. There was nothing that we left on the table as it pertains to our child. So I'm pretty sure that is going to be a major factor, that working in collaboration with parents, that's going to be the biggest key. Because here's another thing with therapists, and I said I've done this for years, and I have parents who bring their kids to me in the clinic, and a lot of times parents would bring their kids to treatment and they would leave the kid and go shopping or just stay outside and wait and whatever, and not being in there with me and the child. Now, some kids don't perform well with their parents in there. So for those kids, we have to work on them a little bit more. But the key is, for me, I like for the parents to be in there, because when you're doing therapy, it's not about what you do one time a week with the child. Is what everybody does. Everybody in that child's life, how they interact with that child, what they have that child doing at home, how they make their child do homework. Those are the things that's going to improve. So I love for parents to be involved, even in the medical based therapy. It's like, be here, see what I'm doing, so that you can carry over these activities and these skills into the child's routine. Because once it gets embedded into the routine, then it's learned, and then there is progress. So this whole parent collaboration is going to be a key factor in parents who want to utilize this service. The parents are involved. They can see what their child is doing. They have a good understanding of their child's skill level, and they know for sure their child is making progress. And the areas that they still have deficits in, they know, okay, we can compensate for those deficits, or we can continue to try to remediate those deficits. So I'm really looking forward to all the collaboration, because it takes a village. Really, it takes a village. And that's what I want to promote, a village for each and every child, so that child can maximize their potential.
I'll say this, Dr. Cecelia, because your program is so important, a collision with purpose will be behind you 300%, pushing this
Thank you.
initiative. In fact,
Thank
I want
you.
to announce that you will be hosting a podcast. I believe it's on Tuesdays. We haven't set a date yet, but you will be hosting on this platform your podcast, and this is the kind of information you'll be putting out there as well.
Right. And with the podcast, we will have experts in the various child development areas, medical practitioners, educational practitioners. We'll have people who are trained in special reading programs, because a lot of times we have kids who are labeled just because they have difficulties reading, right? So, and that, reading is like the basic skill for academic prowess. So it's important for us to know these things early. We don't want to wait till a kid is third grade, fourth grade. They were going, oh, he's having difficulty reading. So we start early. We start from preschool. So we'll have different experts along the continuum of child development, and especially child development as it pertains to education. And they will be coming on the podcast, so parents and other individuals can learn more and be better able to help children in their lives.
Big stuff, big stuff, big stuff. Before we take a break, Erica, is there anything you want to add, or any questions you have for Dr. Cecelia?
Oh, I wanted to know what area are you in, or if there's a parent or a family that's not in your area, how could they sign on to the program and get the same services?
Okay, the program is going to be virtual program. So we're open to right now to everywhere. The only thing I cannot do is provide occupational therapy to anyone outside of Georgia, because that's where my license is right now.
Right.
Come January, I'll be able to provide into reciprocal states, because we have certain states that where we can reciprocate with,
Mhm.
but we're not fully set up as a profession for that to happen yet. But
Right.
January 2025, we'll be able to do different states. So I can't practice occupational therapy. However, being that this is a therapeutic service, so it's
Right.
not an occupational therapy service, it's a therapeutic service that is consultation based.
Right.
We can provide service to anyone in the world who wants us to provide services for them.
That's good. Thank you.
So, global initiative is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
Global, anywhere you are, anywhere you have, and your child doesn't even have to have a disability or have an IEP to sign up. It's just that it's more beneficial because there you have a need. But always remember this: things that people with special needs need is always things that people who don't have any special needs can benefit from. For example, we have ramps going into buildings. People in a wheelchair need the ramp, but guess what? People can also walk up that ramp as well. So a lot of things that we see that we have for individuals with disabilities or individuals with special needs, you don't need to necessarily be diagnosed with something or have an IEP. These strategies and skills, any child can benefit from signing up with our program, and we helping you along the way to enhance your child's academic performance.
Donna, my co-host, is there anything you want to add before we take a on-screen break?
So, yeah, wanted to ask you, Dr. Cecelia, and I know it's, of course, it's a new thing for you guys, right? But I don't know if you are familiar with the brain balance model, and is that something that your therapeutic program will be kind of somewhat following, or is it very different from that?
It's very different. So it's very different. Brain balance is more in clinic,
Mm-hmm.
and providing therapeutic activities in clinic. But what we, as an pediatric occupational therapist, I follow the theory behind brain balance because I too believe in the brain balance theory. It's just that brain balance was that it's like a protocol developed by a neurologist
Mm-hmm.
to help families. So I follow their principles, but I don't do their protocols because I think they're like trademarked and whatever. And I would, for example, if someone is in my program and I believe that they would benefit from brain balance, then my role is to say, have you thought about brain balance? This is what brain balance is. This is something that you could use to help your child. So me knowing of that resource, I will make sure that I give parents every option. So I'll tell them about brain balance if it's something that I really believe that they could benefit from. But I do not do the brain balance methodology at all.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, I think this is a good time to take a break. We'll take a on-screen break. We're going to test the technology again to see if there's any glitch. So here we go.
Caught in the web of what they said, lost in the expectations, living in hesitation. I walked in other shadows. Deep inside, a fire burned, a whisper turned to a roar. I am liberated from walking in other shadows. I walk in my authentic self, breaking chains within. shining through the darkness to find the real me. No longer bound by others' rules. Let your spirit soar. With every step you take, you are stronger than before. I am liberated from walking in other shadows. I walk in my authentic self. Breaking chains within. From the shadows to the light. A new life begins, shining so bright. Breaking away from the shadows within. I rise up and shine from deep within. Beacon of light, I'll always be. Living in truth, walking in victory. I am free, yes I am free. From the shadows to the light, I am free. Walking in my truth, forever free. Living in victory, shining brightly. I am liberated from walking in other shadows. I walk in my authentic self. Breaking chains within. Breaking chains within. From the shadows to the light. I walk in my authentic self.
I walk in my authentic self. Wow. Donna, talk to us about that. Shadows.
Yeah. So yeah, so Shadows Within is coming to us in spring of 2025, and it's going to be, of course, it's a book compiled of several individuals, co-authors' story. Basically living a life of where they've been walking in some kind of a shadow, right? Whether it's society expectations, family expectations, and just getting to a point where at some point in your life you realize this is not me. This you come to realization that I have to break away from all the things that I thought I should have been or could have been, right? And find yourself, and now that journey, because of course it's not a destination, it's a journey, because you're always going to be growing and learning, right? So it's a journey to really now becoming liberated in who you are, your authentic self, who you're supposed to be, and who you are created to be. And once you get to that point, then it's really now aligning your life with your God-given purpose, right? To find peace and just comfort in where you are, and knowing that now you're on the right path in becoming that person that you ought to be.
That authentic you. So, Erica.
Yes.
I know you are participating in this process, in this project.
Yes.
What got you to the point that you wanted to become a part of this process?
Well, you all kind of know my background, but really what got me to want to be a part of the process is because of where I'm coming from with, if I should tell some people my story, if you give it to a statistician and ask them, where do you think this person's life will end up? They would come up with, based on the information they have, well, it doesn't look like it's going to be very fulfilled. But through God, his plan, and the turn in times and the collision with purpose along the journey, like Donna just talked about, it's a journey. Then I realized there might be other people in the same position where I was who thought that the outcome was going to be negative. And they just need a boost. They just need to hear from somebody who can say, I've been where you are. I've been through the process. I am going through the process, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. Mm-hmm. And so that's the reason why I wanted to be a part of this project, so I could tell my story, that it could be a way to encourage somebody else to be able to have an outlook of there's light there. It's a journey. I don't just get up tomorrow morning and get there, but it's walking through it every day. And then you get to the point where you feel fulfilled. Like, yes, I think I am where I'm supposed to be. And now I'm really taking on this position and just going through it daily. So I really want to help somebody, along the way.
So it's not a dead end situation for you.
No, it's not a dead end situation. But when you finally find the purpose, when you have collided with it, you get the feeling of fulfillment. And so that's where I am. Like I have now made the collision with my purpose, and I really want to tell somebody else about it.
Wow. In a few minutes, we're going to talk a little bit about women's preventative health, because I want you to touch on that. I know you was on the program last week and you did talk about that, but you can give us some, remind us of some of the things that you said, because so much of what you said was so important. But before we do that, let me ask Dr. Cecelia to jump in on the shadows thing. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking as you're hearing this story?
I am so impressed with individuals, men or women, who wake up and realize that they're not living their dreams. They're living the dreams of their parents. They're living the dreams of their grandparents. They're living the dreams of their neighbor, people who had set limitations on them, really. And they are able to get up and say, no, that's not me. That's not what I want. I need to take a different path, or I need to strive for more. I give individuals that credit because I think, and even culturally as well, I think a lot of times we are expected to behave a certain way, do certain things. I was watching a program a couple of days ago, and it was about two young men who actually attempted, it was in Gwinnett County, Georgia. They attempted to I guess set their house on fire with their parents in it, which would be like attempted murder. But luckily, I mean, their parents didn't die. But in that interview, although what they did was so heinous, in their interview, both boys, bright boys, in their interview, they were like, I didn't want, this is not what I wanted for me. I did not want to play football. I did not want to do this. My parents, when I expressed to them, I don't want to do this, they, as if they were going to abandon me because I don't want. So many young people, they go through their years just pleasing their parents, just doing what it is the parents had outlined, that dream, that vision. And parents on a whole, we tend to do it because we want the best for our kids, and then we think we know what's best for our kids in terms of their future, and so we start doing things. But I think it's something for parents to think about, how much of a pressure you put on your kids to be what you want them to be, and how and for adults now to say, hey, I know as a child this is where you wanted me to go, however this is not where I want to be. And I think for individuals to have that clarity then, and to be able to talk about it, to say to the people who they love too, because it's the hardest thing to, I know for me, it's the hardest thing to disappoint my mom. It's like, it's hard. You don't want to do that. So there's so many people who, we go through life, and some people, I give the ones who have kudos to y'all who have been like, I'm walking my own path. I'm not walking in your shadows anymore. Be it a great shadow or be it a bad shadow, right?
Right.
I'm not walking in that shadow. I am paving my own path and shedding my own light on my own life. So this should be a real powerful read, Donna.
Yeah.
This should be a real powerful read, and I know a lot of people are going to see themselves
Mhm.
in the book. They might even see their own names, Laxley,
In
in
the
that.
I believe you're so on point. But I want to say one thing. We started out talking about school life ready, and Donna, you talk about this whole thing as a journey. And,
Mhm.
and Dr. Cecelia, what you talk about is real preparation to
Mm.
get all of us, these young kids, is from that age,
Mhm.
start to walk and prepare them to walk in their shadow.
Yes,
That's how
yes,
powerful this is.
yes.
Mhm.
And we'll talk about this on my show, but there's a reason why I like the Montessori model of early childhood, because it's a model wherein we make the kids do, we don't do for them, right?
Mhm.
Now, granted, guys, I'm not a teacher. I've never worked in a Montessori school, but I like that model very, very much, because the more we allow from their little, give them autonomy, give kids autonomy to make decisions for themselves, let them do things for themselves, let them take chances, fall, just don't make them hit their head. But other than that, let them make mistakes and learn, and a lot of times as parents, we don't do that for our children. So Laxley, you're correct. It starts from early. It really, really starts from early. And that having that autonomy to make decisions in your life, it needs to start from early.
Early.
Yeah, and I can say I had the pleasure of both worlds, the Montessori world and the brick and mortar with my son. And that was one thing that Montessori, it's like you're saying, is such a different learning platform, right? And when we graduated Montessori and moved to the regular brick and mortar, I could, like, in a few months, there was a significant difference in my son's, in my son's learning. It was huge. It was like, yeah, there was that, where he had the freeness of expression and asking questions and wanting to learn this and wanting to learn that. Then once he got to the brick and mortar, it was almost like instantaneously stop. You're not ready for this. And then that's where, it started that whole, and I was warned about it, to be honest with you. I was warned about it from Montessori, that once the children, if they're in Montessori and they transition from a Montessori setting to the regular brick and mortar, you will potentially see setbacks because of that, like what you're saying, that openness of learning. When they're so young, they're exposed to anything that their brains can possibly learn. They're exposed to it.
Wow. Let me say thanks to Pastor Robert Johnson, or my co-host Juan, and Virgin Generations. Thanks to Paulette, Pastor Lexi Johnson, and all those who were not seeing their names on the platform. Thanks for joining us tonight. We really appreciate you coming on. Us having this conversation means nothing unless there's someone out there hearing it. And we
Yes.
really appreciate you taking the time to come on. And we also ask that you share it. You share the information that you're hearing here tonight. Just pass it on, because this will continue after this live broadcast. This is just the tipping stone of it all. So please share, right? Sharing is caring. That's what they say. Sharing is caring. Now, Donna, is there anything else you want to add before we pivot to talk a little bit about mental health? We're almost out of time. But is there anything else you want to add about Shadows Within before we pivot?
Oh, sure. I just want to say that, if you're out there listening to us and if you feel that Shadows Within resonate with you and you would like to share your story that will potentially help someone else, definitely reach out to me. It's dlthompson2009@gmail.com. I will put that in the chat, and let's have a conversation.
Let's have a conversation. That's what this is all about, right? Things happen when you have a conversation. All right, let's talk Erica,
Yes.
you came on last week, and man, did you share some information. But talk to us again about the preventative side of women's mental health. What do you say? Prevention is better than cure?
Prevention is better than cure.
All right,
It's
talk to us.
better to prevent it than try to fix it. And,
Absolutely.
like I said last week, when someone hear the words mental health, there's a stigma behind it that people think you have a problem. If you say to somebody, my heart health, they're not going to instantly think you have a broken heart. It's just that what can I do to prevent my heart from being diseased or, having a problem? And it's the same thing with mental health. What can I do to prevent it from getting to the point where I'm going to need medication? What can I do to keep my mind healthy daily? And some of the things that we can do as individuals is, one, get good rest. Try to decrease the stress in our life and find somebody to talk to. Sometimes it's not so much talking about your problem, but maybe talking about the good things that are happening in your life. Somebody that can listen to you, and it might be a friend, it might be a family member, and sometimes it might be a therapist, because a lot of people go into therapy, mental health therapy, not because they're having a problem with their mental health, but it's because they want to have this continuous, dialogue with somebody to prevent them from getting to the point of breaking. And there's a lot of things in our lives that can push us to that point. It can be work, it can be family, it can just be circumstances that we deal with daily. And a lot of times as individuals, we haven't developed good coping mechanisms. And because we don't have the good coping mechanisms, a problem might come and you're like, well, how do I deal with it? And then it starts spiraling out of control. So getting in there early to do it, preventing the issue from starting is very, very important.
Wow. Doc, you want to add anything? Any questions for Erica?
No question, but just to reiterate, prevention is definitely better than cure. And whatever, be it physical health or mental health, we should always think about prevention because that's what's going to make the difference. It's easier to prevent something than to cure it.
Yes.
So I agree with Erica that we definitely need to put more emphasis on preventing adverse reactions to our mental health. We all have mental health, so like as she was saying, when people hear mental health, a negative connotation comes to mind, but we all have mental health.
Mhm.
And most of us, mental health is good. But just like how we can have a deterioration with our physical health, the same thing can happen with our mental health. We can snap in a moment. Life pressures get on us and we break. But if we know how to manage those precursors that would cause adverse reaction to our mental health, that is key. And it's easier for us to put those things in place. So everyone out there who's listening, let's make it a point of our duty to put those preventative things in place. And we'll let Erica tell us more about what those preventative measures could be.
And some of the preventative measures, like I said before, is finding a good coping mechanism. Say, for instance, I work a stressful job, and I have developed for myself, once I walk out of the hospital, I leave everything behind me. Once I get through those double doors, whatever happened, if it was somebody that had to be coded, whatever the I leave it behind. Because if I take it home with me, then I'm going to be putting this strain on my husband. I'm going to be putting on my children. And then they in turn are going to have to figure out how they're going to deal with what is it that I'm putting on them. So I try daily to put in perspective, in context. What is it I'm dealing with? How do I deal with it? And where do I stop and leave it? And so just having good coping mechanisms, somebody, like I said before, that you can talk to, that you can share with. Sometimes we just need someone to listen and we talk for our mind, and somebody that can listen to us. So finding resources early is very, very important, making sure that we have those resources in place, because a lot of times when people snap, if you should try to look back over the situation, you would find that if something was done early intervention, just like Dr. was saying, Cecelia was saying about the children, they have an IEP, but does everybody know what's on the IEP? Is everybody following it? The early intervention to prevent the child from going down, the wrong path. So those things are important.
Very important. Thanks a lot, Erica. We're going to wrap up now. We're going to go around the room as we always do here in the spotlight. So, Dr. Cecelia, your closing thoughts?
Wow, what a great conversation. Why is it every time I come on, I'm like, I'm only saying 5 minutes, and then I end up saying an hour and a half, and it's like, I don't want the conversation to end.
Is that your closing thoughts?
Because this information that's shared here weekly is really great information. And my closing thoughts is that really there's so much information that we don't know everything, right? Nobody knows everything. And there's so many things that is to our benefit personally, and there are other things that could be beneficial to other people who we love. So it's just for us to really, guys, you get the information, share the information.
Yes.
So let's be a team of sharing information and resources and ideas with each other. So that's my closing thoughts for tonight. And yes, I will plug myself again. SchoolLifeReady.com is my website. You could go there and learn a little bit more about me and what I do and my team. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone who is on here right now, who's behind the scenes, who are listening. I'll see you guys soon.
All right. Thank you so much, Doc. And can you give us the date of the webinar one more time?
The date of the webinar is July 30th.
And
7 p.m. 7 p.m. July 30th.
And we'll send out the link for you to register for the webinar on Monday, I believe, at the latest.
At the latest, on Monday.
On Monday.
Yes.
And
And in full disclosure, for everyone, we just have to make sure everything is right. So we don't want to give out information and have to say, oh, that's not it. So just bear with us. We'll get it out to you as soon as we have it locked down.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Doc. Erica, your closing thoughts.
Well, for my closing thoughts, I'm really very happy that I was a part of this conversation today, because Dr. Cecelia, that vision that you have to help parents and children is so well needed. There's so many families out there that can benefit from the therapeutic services, and I'm really looking forward to recommending it to my friends who have children who have, IEPs, and the family are struggling. I'm really looking, when you started to talk about it, I wanted to show more excitement, but I had to compose myself just a little bit. But I'm really excited about it, and to give the information to people that I know is going to need it. So I'm looking forward to that.
Thank you.
So, Erica, let me remind you of something, right?
Yes.
On that tape that's rolling, it says unfiltered raw. Let it come out.
I should have said yes.
Yes, let it come out. Don't hesitate. This is real.
I won't.
This is real. Serious conversation, serious topic, but let it come out. It becomes more real when you let it flow. So next time, I know you'll be on here on time and time again. So don't hold back. Let it flow.
Yes.
Let it flow. Donna, my co-host.
Oh my
Shadows.
goodness.
Closing thoughts.
So, first and foremost, I would definitely like to thank our audience who are here with us this evening. We do not take your time that you spend with us lightly. We're very humbled that you find our show informative and it does bring value to you. So we're very thankful for that. I am thankful for Erica for joining us this evening and Dr. Cecelia for joining us this evening. Thank you
You're welcome.
for your time to spend with us as well. And I definitely want to encourage our audience, if you're out there and you're listening and you find that something that you're doing in your community that is of value to your community and you would like to share that information, reach out to us, join our show, be a part of this movement. I'm going to call it a movement, right? Be a part of this movement, because just like what Dr. Cecelia said earlier, we are a village in so many different capacities. We don't have to be in the same communities. Now with internet and all that stuff, our village is, it has expanded. So let's come together, share information, share knowledge so we can help each other and empower each other to become better individuals, right? So, thank you for your evening and do have a wonderful week.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, as always, Donna. Thank you. I just want to say that if you look at the four of us, right? Donna, Cecelia, known you forever. Erica, we met recently, but I feel like I know you as well here, just down the road. And the point is, if you look within your circle, the resources that we have to offer and to provide needed services is unlimited. And that's what you're seeing here in this platform. 3 very close friends and a new friend, who will become a close friend. And look at what we can achieve. So I'm encouraging others out there, other individuals, to look within your circle, because you too have the resources that you need to provide much needed services for people close to you, people who are in need. So that's my closing thoughts, is we have so much to offer within our circle. You have so much to offer within your circle. So let's start to utilize it. Let's start to leverage what we have to make a difference in our lives. All right. So that's my closing thoughts. And needless to say, I appreciate you, Doc. I appreciate you, Erica, Donna. We're doing the thing, and that's where we're going to call it for tonight. Blessings always.
Bye, everybody.
Wonderful.
Like the right decision to have a color.